Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are or wherever you're listening to this show. Yeah, this is Rev Q yet Africa USA Radio Drive Home Show, and we thank God for this opportunity that we are having here at this platform, and we believe that you are excited for us coming your way, coming through your phones, coming through your computers, coming through your TV, whatever you're doing, whatever you're watching. Also, on your computer when you do africausaradio.com, you can also listen to the audio part of it, but you can also watch it on all digital platforms so that you can catch us live. But today we are so honored, we are so happy that we are having a young lady. A young lady, I asked her, invited her to come over to chill with me for a minute. She is a young lady from South Africa, but she lives here in the US now in the place called Kansas City. If you are from South Africa and especially you are from KZN, back in the day there was a very good radio DJ called, his name was Kansas City, or he liked to be called Kansas City. And so you're familiar with that name. And it's a big city here. It's in the Midwest of America. Beautiful city, beautiful culture. My daughter lived there, and so I loved it. But she's there at Kansas City. She is Lwazi, Lwazi Dlamini. She is a multi-talented young lady. She's a good singer. She's a backup vocalist for other artists, and she also, I brought her here because she's very creative. She's very articulate in everything that she does. She do a very great creating content, and I was fascinated by listening to her, and I want you to just sit back and relax. I'm not gonna talk too much. I just wanted to narrate her story, to talk about herself, to talk about all the creative that she's doing, and all the braveness that she has, that she just moved all across the world all by herself. That it takes guts. But we thank you. Please tune in and listen to Lwazi Dlamini from Johannesburg. I mean, from Durban, South Africa, and but live in USA, Kansas City. Welcome, Lwazi. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Puti?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm so glad that we finally made this. I've been following you and I've been listening to you. Sometimes you'll be happy. Sometimes you'll be speaking with you, pouring your heart, like with a little tear drop there, but very strong message. And I thought that's like, let me get this lady to come and encourage her peers, the young ladies, and so that they can be blessed by you. So, who is Lwazi? How you doing, Lwazi? And who is Lwazi? Don't worry about my camera; is gonna come back pretty soon. Tell us a little bit about you.
All right. So my full name is Nolwazi Umajamini. Nolwazi Dlamini from KZN. I'm a combination of, not that it matters, I'm a combination of Zulu, Swati, Sutu.
Mhm.
But I was raised in KZN. Madlamini masibalikhulu mabonela empunzini uNdlovu.
There you go.
Yes. How do I say it? I'm a girl that loves traveling. I like meeting new people. I like going to different places. When I was part of the big group that is known in South Africa and Africa actually, and in America, Tourist Celebration,
Uh-huh.
I got to really travel. I got to really travel and see. Tourist Celebration introduced me to Africa as a continent, and I saw the beauty of Africa. And before, every time I thought of traveling, I'd be like, oh, I want to go to Europe. Europe is a thing. Asia, not so much, but Europe was a thing for me. But when I traveled, I would go to Cameroon, we'd go to Kenya, we'd go to Ghana, go to Nigeria, and you see the beauty of Africa, and you see the similarities that we have. That drew me to really traveling and going from one place to another. So I'm a girl that I'm very contrarian. Contrarian meaning when everyone is going left, I will ask, why are we going left? And if you don't give me a reason, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try going straight or going right. And that person. Um, I think I used to be known as being a straight talker, and maybe I still am, but now I've learned to listen. I listen more now and hear where people are coming from, and then if they ask my opinion, I will give my opinion. Um, my friends will tell you something else, by the way. My friends will be like, "Oh, you give your opinion very decidedly." I only do that to the people that I love and the people that know I love them, because then they'll know that it's coming from a good heart. So I'm just an easy girl who has become very Zulu since I've moved to the US. I've never been so Zulu as I am right now. Like any chance I get to Mampuma, I wear uhlalu. That's what I do. Every chance I get, I'll put my things and of course here it seems like it's over the top, but because there's nothing familiar about being here, I try to hold on to everything about home, every single thing. I have a Xhosa duke, and every now and again, I'll be a Xhosa woman, and I'm looking for like more traditional outfits from home because I want to wear every single one of them because I'm not just Zulu now. I'm also from Mzansi, which is South Africa, and I'm also African. So I'm a girl that likes experiencing new things, and I don't wait to go. I just pack up and I go on my own. I can invite my friends and be like, "Oh, let's go." But if it's time for us to start paying and things like that, and they're like, well, ish, hey, I'm like, okay, cool. I wish you well. I pack my stuff and I go.
So where do you get this? How I'm gonna put it? Where do you get this stability? Is because of how you were raised, the religion, because you seem like you're very deep in your convictions.
It depends on which convictions. So that's a wide.
Okay.
You would have to zoom into a specific conviction, but I was raised in the SDA church, the Seventh Day Adventist church.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather was a preacher there. My father went to seminary or theology school, and he was also supposed to be a preacher, but he never finished it. So I come from that, and my mom is a praying woman. Um, so I come from a home where we would not watch movies, but instead would listen to Jimmy Swaggart or Pongola Gospel Wake On. You know, that's the kind of home I come from. And because I come from a home where we keep the Sabbath, the Jewish Sabbath,
Mm-hmm.
on Fridays, like today's Friday, you prepare, you clean the house, you cook today because tomorrow we're not cooking, we're at church. And so for 24 hours, we're not doing anything that is about us, but it's more like trying to connect with God and connect with your family and be with your family. So I come from that background, which is the SDA background. But my mom was very open to exposing me to other um, other music, which then allowed me to go to other churches and to visit other churches, which exposed me to ingoma zetilongo, which was different, but it was lovely because I was then now part of the bigger community, not just the church, my home church, but a bigger community of the church. So I became non-denominational as a person because I veiled myself that way. I read a lot. Ikamalami is my name is Lwazi, which translates to I have knowledge.
Knowledge. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mother of knowledge.
I will allow you to have that as a description for it. I am saying, to me, it says, I have knowledge.
I have knowledge.
And so I have knowledge also means I ask a lot of questions so that I can, because you can't have knowledge without asking questions or being inquisitive, rather. Whether you're reading or now you have YouTube, you have documentaries on Prime, you've got, knowledge is everywhere right now. So that's where I come from, where I always want to know why do they do that? Why do they think that way? I always want to know. It wasn't always that way because I was extremely religious, extremely, and I was told that this is the only way to be. But when I grew up and realized that the world is bigger than my house, and I started asking questions, and so the traveling started happening. If we landed in, with Joseph Liberation, if we landed in, I remember one time we landed in Nairobi, Kenya. And as we're on the bus from the airport, we're going on the road, and I see umama with umbila, and she's roasting mealies on the side. And then the bus turns, like, it must have been like probably 30 seconds, then it turns into the hotel. I kid you not, I went, I checked in, and then I went out, and I asked for if they have the money. If there was an ATM at the hotel, so I put my card in and took out shillings because I wanted umbila. Because it was something, because I love umbila. I'm suffering right now. I haven't had umbila for almost 2 years. I'm suffering.
Okay.
But but it's I saw something that was similar to what I knew from home, so that connected me to our brothers in Kenya. And so I did it everywhere I went. If I went to Zanzibar, that's what I would do. I'd always look for Mama Umbila, to connect. I've said a lot.
So, how did you end up enjoy a celebration?
Ooh, that's a big story.
And how long you been with them?
I was with them for 7 years and we wrote 11 albums.
Okay.
I was with them for 7 years, from 2011 to 2017, I believe. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was with them for that long. And how I came about to be part of Joy Celebration is I used to go to Oasis Church, which is now senior pastored by Kayamtet, Pastor Kayamtet. And in that church was a lot of us in that church that are now in the industry. Like you have your Begam Teta, who's a bassist. You have a Colin Mago, who is a renowned vocalist right now, who's doing absolutely lovely. You've got Ndo who's also a household name. You had Banda, who's in jazz. You had a lot of people, because what he did was he allowed his father's stage at that time, which is now his stage, to be a playground for us as artists, as singers. Nomtisi also was part of that crew. And so we sang in the praise and worship there. We spent time together. We did songs that would not normally be done, because I was at school at that time. I was at University of KwaZulu-Natal studying music, jazz and pop. So to come to a church that will allow you to do the stuff you were doing at school was such a refreshing thing. And Kaya loves music. Kaya is about music. It's about breaking barriers. It's about trying new things, new sounds. Fast forward, this was around 2006, 2007, 2008, I think. Fast forward, 2011, Ndogozo or Miss Ndogozo Mbambata calls me, and she goes, "We need an alto. Where are you? What are you doing?" I'm home. I'm in Durban. I'm not doing anything. And she goes, "Okay, can you come through for rehearsals?" I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then packed myself, and I went to Johannesburg for rehearsals. I will say that when I started rehearsals, I thought, because it was for Joyous Rewind, the first one. That meant that, okay, now I'm part of Joyous. I just thought, okay, we're doing this show, and that's about it.
I've got friends in Dallas that does it's jazz, but it's gospel jazz.
Yeah, I've realized that there's a thing about gospel jazz.
Gospel jazz. Actually, I just interviewed him. We went to Atlanta to Praise Spectre Awards, and I think he won an award there. And so I interviewed him, but he's doing really, really good in jazz. So, are you gonna pursue the music more here? We work with some big guns then here.
I would like to pursue it. Initially, when I came here, I really didn't want to. I came here, I'm a chef.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so when COVID happened and we couldn't sing, we couldn't be in studio, we couldn't go for a rehearsal, I was like, what else would I do? And I was like, I've always been a cooking person. At some point, I cooked for Joy Celebration, and especially after my friend Uli she passed on, she had a cooking company. And so TC, she and I took on like cooking because she had that gig with Joy Celebration. And so I did that for a while. So I knew that food was something that I would do. If I wasn't singing, then food is the next thing I'd be doing. So then I went to culinary school in 2021. And then I was like, okay, then let's go. Then I applied. I did my internship here in New Orleans, where I landed 2022. I landed here, did my internship 2023, and I've just been working here.
And New Orleans is kind of like food festival over there.
Oh, New Orleans is the place. Like it's like a different. It's a country of its own.
Mm-hmm.
They stand on their own. They've got festivals galore. The only time where it's not really busy, and I think they would have festivals throughout the year, is June, July, August, and maybe it could be July, August, September, right? Because it's extremely hot.
It's hot.
It's bearably hot that there's nothing you could do because people would just faint. It's hot. And when I moved here, a lot of them, I would complain, and I'm like, how are you surviving this place?
It's cold.
But you're from Africa. I'm like, excuse me. Because I'm like, no, it's not insanely hot. And I'm also from the south. I'm not closer to the equator. It was a shock for me. The heat is the heat is different.
Yeah, the heat is different.
The northern hemisphere heat is just different from the southern hemisphere heat. So, but God has, how do I say it? Not trying to sound spiritual or anything like that, but my life is in God's hand because I'm away from home. Nothing about being here is familiar. I don't have family. I can't call Kaya and like, Kaya ish dude. I see you have a show coming up on November 15
Coming.
City. So could I be part of the backing vocalist? I don't have that. I can't call Cody and be like, I see you have a show coming up. What do you need? I can't. I don't have that comfort. So being here means I have to start afresh, and it's a totally different ball game here.
You're gonna help us to bring them here because our plan is to bring them here to do concerts here in the US.
I mean, they would like that very much.
Yeah, they would like that.
They would love that very much. It's they would love that very much, and I don't mind. I'm available. Bring them. I have very talented friends, and yes, let's bring them.
Let's bring them. But where did you start now to realize that you are an encourager? You talk. You talk. You're very articulate. There are a lot of people who touched by what you say on social media. Who will follow you. Where did that happen?
Yes, it's so weird that you asked that because this just happened this past week. You make it seem like I've been doing it for a long time.
So it's impactful.
It is helpful for me because this was the last part of my healing.
Okay.
But I didn't even know. I was sure that I was healed and completely, right? But healing is a process. It's the same as grief. Healing, one moment you feel like you're healed, the next you're like, and then the next you're like, oh my goodness, I'm doing so well. It comes and goes. But until it gets to the end, part of the healing is exposing what hurt you. But this is also not for everyone. Some people, they'll expose it in church, right? And that's the stage. My stage was social media. And if you followed my social media, I'm not one that posts a lot. I do not. I'm very private. And right now, even doing this is exposing a lot about my whereabouts. You know what I mean? Like, this is a lot for me. And after even posting that, I asked God, I said, what was that about? Why did you? Because I fought him for a month. Because it's like, just posted. And I'm like, why? Because that means I have to now be naked in front of everyone. I must put out my business out there, and I'm not about that life.
Mm.
I only understood when I'd get a message from this morning. I even read a message from a guy who was like, I went through that, and my wife did this, and my wife did that, and it was hard, and it is still hard. But to hear you talk about it, and it seems like you're on the other side of it, is giving me hope. Women be like, it is so hard to exist after, because we didn't plan for this life. Yes, we were not perfect, but you're hoping that we can work through imperfections as a couple, because relationships are easy and not easy. They're both. I do not want to say relationships are difficult. No, I want to say they're both. You have to work at it. To live with someone in small space is not a joke. It's not a joke at all. Because you're sharing everything. You wake up in the morning, this breath is right next to you, and they haven't brushed their teeth. Maybe they didn't brush them the night before. Maybe they forgot to even drink water. So it's not even about brushing teeth. Their breath just takes. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, and they've got habits from home. They were doing things differently from their home. You were different. And there's two people coming together. You cannot have conflict. But at the same time, two people coming together also is learning from one another. It's like, oh my goodness, this is what you did at home. Okay, I like that. And you incorporate it into now your new home together. The question was, when did I know? So the SDA church is a great training for being able to speak to people, right?
Say the full name of the church. SDH.
Adventist Church.
What is it?
The Seventh Day Adventist Church.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
is really great training for public speaking, because there's something called Sabbath school. I don't know if people still do it now. Sabbath school, which is you'll have kids or adults, but sometimes there'll be kids. You'll have to learn. There's a subject you're given to read on verses. You're taught to memorize verses, and then you come and stand and say that verse in front of people. I never struggled in school when I had to do what was it called? Yeah. I never struggled, because at church I got training.
Training. Okay.
I don't know if I'd say when I knew. I don't know if I knew. I just never said anything. So now I've said something. Maybe now I know.
How do you deal with oppositions? Do you have since you started? Do you have opposition on what you're saying?
Yes, of course I do. So the first video that I put on was to get people's attention. So that video was very deliberate. It wasn't a mistake. But it was a 30-second clip that was taken from an 11-minute segment.
Oh, wow.
Right. So that 11 minutes. So if you watch the 30 seconds, then you could be like, oh, you're walking in the flesh, and I'm like, oh, okay. But if you went and you listened to the 11 minutes, then you understand where that was coming from. And that's how social media works, though.
That's how social media. Sound bites.
Yeah. So when I got opposition, I was fine, because I'm like, okay, he doesn't know the whole story, right? He didn't listen to the whole thing, but I have his attention.
I learned
that there are some of us who are quick to judge, who are quick to want to correct before we've heard the whole story. Because you see and hear the outward, you don't know where it's coming from, right? But so how I deal with it, I don't deal with it. I don't. There were people that came for me, and there were people who were like, but did you watch the video? So I didn't say anything, and there were people that answered on my behalf. And I was like, oh, there we go. I don't, because then if I react or answer, then the whole point of it is lost.
To wrap it up, I want you to encourage some of the South African people who reside in the US, who sometimes are confused, sometimes miss home, Sometimes they don't want to do. What can you tell them?
Now being here for 3 years, I will say this, that this is the time for us to learn to be a community and come together and support one another. I think when you do you, boo, that whole mentality, you will
Mm-hmm.
when I say come together, I mean connect with other African people from Africa. Connect
Okay.
with Nigerians. Connect with the Ghanaians, the Kenyans. Kenyans, you find them everywhere. So, and they are very close to South
To
Africans.
South Africans, yeah.
Swahili, yes, Swahili and Zulu, they are cousins or
They're
brothers.
almost similar. Mm-hmm.
Kana, because these are all Ngoni languages.
Mm-hmm.
So um, others, what they do is that they try to integrate. There's nothing wrong with integration. Yes, you need to integrate in the community that you're in, but if you can find people that are from home, people that have the same values, because you'll find that as much as we're in America, our values are not the same. American value system is different from ours. It's neither wrong or right, but you don't want to lose yourself in who you are because you're here, because you're trying to integrate. You can still find yourself in the value system here and still keep your integrity. So don't lose heart. Reach out to people. Go and eat. Go, eat together. Cook uje or cook uput. If someone has managed to buy iwisa from Amazon, call other people and say, guys, I found something that's close to mass, come through. Like, do things like that where you get together. It helps mentally. It helps settle you mentally because you now you have a family around you. You miss home, yes,
Mm-hmm.
naturally, but you don't want to make a mistake of leaving this place without fulfilling what you've been called to do in this place. Whether to stay here for long or to stay here for a long time, but you want to make sure that psychologically, spiritually, physically, you are able to withstand being away from home, speaking English the whole time, which is a thing. Now you'll start dreaming in English, but it's okay. Call home, but also call the people that are next to you. Find out which are the South Africans. I still need to find out which South Africans are around Kansas City. That'll be nice. I found one last week. I met one last week, so I hope there's more. Um,
I think there's more.
Yeah, I have friends from Kenya. They've been very supportive. I've got American friends that've been really, really supportive. But you need your own community of people from home, while you also need a community from local people because you are part of a bigger community than just African people.
And Africa USA Radio is a part of the community. So I want to I want to challenge you to, whenever you do your skit or whatever you call it, send us something so that we can play
Okay, a skit.
it. What do you call it?
Okay, hey, we're in communication now. I'll send you some stuff. That's fine.
You send us some stuff. Yeah, we'll play it and we'll advertise it and we'll make sure that
Thank
people.
you. I appreciate
Because
that.
I think you are very. I keep going to say you are deep. I think you pour your heart into anything you wanna do,
Yes.
and you're not only talking to our psychological mind, you're talking to our hearts. So that's important.
I praise the Lord. I thank God for that. I did not know that I was able to do that. So I don't know where this is taking us, but I'm excited to see where we're going with it.
Thank you. That was Lwazi Dlamini from KZN, from Lwazi, right?
I guess it's from a takeaway because now if we
It's one thing, yeah. Tegwin
well, it's not, but we'll leave it for another time.
to another time. This is Lwazi from Durban, South Africa. Now it's called Etegwini. That's where the ocean is. If you're in America, you want to visit South Africa, contact Lwazi. She will send you in a very good spot
Yes,
where you can enjoy your vacation. Thank you
yes.
so much, Lwazi, for stopping by, and let this not be the last time.
All right. I'll hear from you. You let me know. I'm
Yeah,
available. Thank you for having me.
definitely. Yeah, great. It was great to have you. God bless you. We'll talk to you later.
Right.
This was Lwazi, all the way from Kansas City, here in the US, and we thank God for her. And we're going to keep praying for her so that she can be strong and be supportive to the African community here in the US. And we're going to make sure she's familiar and she's available for Africa USA Radio so that she can drop all this content that she creates so that she can help people. And we thank God for that. We are here at Africa USA Radio Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please don't forget to follow us at africausaradio.com, or you can download the app, or also you can follow us on Facebook, Africa USA Unity Events, Radio and TV. You can also subscribe on our YouTube channel, Africa USA Unity Events, also on TikTok, Africa USA Unity Events, Instagram, Africa USA Unity Events. So please don't be a stranger. We're going to talk to you Monday as usual. God bless you. We love you. Take